This is ABC 7 News at 6.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us. I'm Peter Dubois.
And I'm Beth Jones. First tonight, the Castine Community and Maine Maritime Academy continue to mourn after a fatal crash over the weekend that took multiple students.
Matthew Jurancic has the story.
Flags were at half-staff today at Maine Maritime Academy after 4 students were killed early Sunday morning in a car crash on Route 166 in Castine. Students of the Maine Maritime community were back at the scene of the incident, showing their respects to Luke Simpson, Chase Fawcett, Brian Keenley, and Riley Ignacio Cameron, adding to the memorial laid at the place they lost their lives.
It's awful for the entire MMA community and the Castine community being such a small school. Everyone knew at least someone who was in the car. Everyone knew someone, so everyone had a connection. Being there, no one was really there, just out of the blue. Everyone was there for a reason.
The town of Castine also showed their support for the incident, with businesses having hashtag MMA strong signs and banners displayed outside the windows and wherever noticeable.
Maine Maritime Academy and the students of Maine Maritime Academy are integral to the fabric of this community. So when a horrific tragedy like this befalls MMA, it is felt throughout the entire community.
Only 48 hours after getting the news, Maine Maritime Academy President Jerry Paul could not be any more thankful for the support received during these tough times.
We are encouraged by the level of support that we've received from across this campus, across this town, this state, and this country.
According to state police, the crash is still under investigation and the SUV was taken into custody, and it will remain there for the duration of the investigation, as it will need to undergo a vehicle autopsy. Matthew Jurancic, ABC 7 and Fox 22.
In other news tonight, a judge has set a $75,000 bond for a Pleasant Point man accused of shooting another man twice. Louis Dana appeared in Machias District Court Monday for 3 felony charges related to the alleged shooting. According to police, a man suffering from 2 gunshot wounds entered the Pleasant Point Police Department Saturday. The man was transported to Calais Community Hospital for non-life-threatening injuries. Dana is alleging that he acted in self-defense during the alleged shooting, which a lawyer familiar with the case says stemmed from an altercation that took place a few days earlier.
This is an issue with a home invasion. My client, Mr. Dana, was the alleged victim of Mr. Francis. And Mr. Francis basically came back to finish a job that wasn't done the night or the few days before.
According to Mr. Francis, he visited that location after Mr. Dana was assaulted a few days ago by somebody else. And it certainly seems inconsistent with the Holmans letting Mr. Francis into the home if there was a recent assault by Mr. Francis on Mr. Dana.
Well, Dana's bail conditions include no contact with the alleged victim, no use or possession of any dangerous weapons, and random searches for weapons.
A single vehicle crash in Sherman claimed the life of a Portland woman on Sunday. Maine Department of Public Safety spokesperson Shannon Moss says state police responded to mile marker 263 in the northbound lane of Interstate 95 just after 3:30 in the afternoon. Their preliminary investigation indicates a car driven by 59-year-old Maria Dubois of Portland went off the road at a high rate of speed and into the woods, where she became trapped inside. Moss says multiple agencies worked to pull Dubois from the car. She was flown to Northern Light Eastern Maine Medical Center in Bangor, where she died from her injuries. Moss says the initial investigation indicates fatigue or a possible medical event was the cause of the crash.
Well, Bangor police are investigating a crash that happened early this morning. Sergeant Jason McCambley says just about 2:30 a.m. Bangor police responded to an accident on State Street near Cascade Park. The vehicle was partially in the Penobscot River and was also on fire. McCambley says when first responders arrived, they found a 21-year-old female who was the only occupant of the vehicle. She was taken to a local hospital for treatment.
Violent crime in Maine reached a record low in 2020. That's a key takeaway from a report just released by the FBI. The report was issued as part of the Bureau's Uniform Crime Reporting Program and encompasses data from 129 of the 132 law enforcement agencies in the state. Based on that data, the rate of violent crime was at a 9-year low in 2020, with roughly 108 violent crimes per 100,000 people. That's the lowest number recorded from 2011 through 2020. The number appears to tick up slightly for 2021, although data for that year is not complete yet. Another key data point regarding hate crimes shows the majority by far of hate crimes in Maine are based on race, ethnicity, and ancestry, with the second largest share attributed to sexual orientation.
Well, owners of the only community grocery store in Freedom have announced an upcoming closure. According to a recent Facebook announcement, Freedom General Store will be closed for business following the current 50% off sale of their remaining inventory. Residents expressed their gratitude for the store's consistent low prices and valued service. Town leaders say the community will be losing a vital resource as the general store doubles as a gas station.
It's too bad. Whenever a business closes down in a community, it's got to hurt. When it's shut down, that will be an asset that the town won't be able to access in case of a problem.
Prices here were a little more reasonable, and it's convenient.
Well, the store will be open from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. while supplies last.
Senator Susan Collins and Congressman Jared Golden are among those calling for an additional $500 million in supplemental funds for the Low-Income Home Energy Assistance Program as Congress finalizes a budget for 2023. LIHEAP is a federally funded program that helps low-income households with their home energy bills by providing payment or energy crisis assistance. A joint statement from Collins and Golden said many Northeast residents are projected to see a significant increase in their utility bills this winter. Residential electricity prices in some states are forecast to rise more than 60%, with the cost of propane up 60% and natural gas prices up nearly 30%. According to the National Energy Directors Association, the average cost to heat a home is expected to increase by 17.2% this winter. Given the elevated energy prices for the winter, the lawmakers say the emergency federal LIHEAP funding is needed to assist low-income households and seniors on fixed incomes. Certainly something on the minds of really all Mainers this winter season. And
it's so important, too, when you think about, seniors who are often on fixed incomes and just who are more susceptible to poor weather conditions. It's so important when temperatures dip that you kind of check on your elderly family members and neighbors to make sure everybody's doing okay.
Absolutely. Always a good thing to do.
All righty. Well, speaking of temperatures, where are they headed for the rest of the day at least? Let's take a first check of our forecast and find out.
Thank you so much, Beth and Peter. Our first weather today is brought to you by Kings Mountain RC. Check out our new location on South Main Street in a Brewer. So it's Monday, beginning of the work week, but no precipitation in the area. We did have a couple of flurries in the region yesterday. That low pressure system is well offshore now, and we are in the clear all throughout the Northeast. Low temperatures, though, once again, it was cold outside today. So for that morning commute today, it was freezing. We had to layer up, and I had to put on a hat because it was cold. 15 degrees was our low temperature today here in town. 16 in Bar Harbor and a couple of lower 20s by the coast. Of course, a little bit warmer by the coast because that ocean water is still in the 50s. Temperatures later on today, not much of an improvement, still well below average and hovering in those mid to upper 20s, a couple of 30s in the region by Waterville, same thing by Augusta, but overall some mid to upper 20s earlier today. But now, of course, the sun has set and we are cooling off. Temperatures will continue to cool off and they will be hovering in those upper teens. Beth and Peter?
And a great time to remind folks that hand and toe warmers make great stocking stuffers.
Oh, absolutely. We are starting to feel those temperatures now. So.
All righty. Well, coming up on ABC 7 News at 6, Christmas is a couple weeks away. And as Santa and his elves prepare for the big day, folks can visit with a few of his reindeer that live in Maine year-round.
And we'll tell you about an auction that allows you to own a part of history while supporting one of Maine's winter pastimes. We'll have those stories and much more after this short break.
Happy holidays from Coastal Auto Parts, your locally owned and operated Napa Auto Parts store, now featuring a whole line of Milwaukee tools. Happy holidays from Nana's Attic and Then Some, now open in the Mill Mall, Ellsworth. We have antiques, treasures, collectibles, furniture, and more. Make Complete Tire Incorporated your next stop for new tires, quality maintenance, and professional auto repair services, located in Ellsworth.
Portal in Bucksport is closing its doors after 17 years in business. All inventory is on sale, including Christmas jewelry, pajamas, socks, imports, including Harris tweed handbags, wallets and purses from Scotland, woolen scarves from Ireland, gloves, alpaca socks, scarves and hats. Also, all fragrance gifts, including Inish fragrances from Ireland, Man Bar soaps, hand-painted silk scarves, plush toys, sleep hoodies, and so much more. Perfect for Christmas shopping. Portal, 69 Main Street, Bucksport.
Looking to improve or upgrade your home or place of business? With at-home furniture, appliance, and bedding, and kitchen and bath and flooring, we offer a great selection to do just that. From homeowners to commercial businesses and everything in between, our friendly professionals with more than 50 years of combined experience pride themselves in going above and beyond to work with you every step of the way. And we even offer a full-service appliance repair department. Come and visit us at our Dover Foxcroft or our new Lincoln location. Stop in either location today and see what we can do to make you feel at home.
Your favorite restaurants were half off. It's half off dining from Fox 22 and ABC 7. Go to foxbangor.com, click on half off dining, and start saving now.
The Old Mill Pub in Skowhegan is an historic restaurant and bar overlooking the Kennebec River. Enjoy the atmosphere while dining on local handcrafted pub fare, as well as Maine beers and craft cocktails. Also offering bar and catering services.
Great restaurants from all over Eastern Maine at half off dining from Fox 22 and ABC